Gambling has become much more accessible due to time and growth. It is now much more common to start younger and be influenced at a younger age due to its rising popularity. So what do and how do the youth react to gambling in the modern era of it? Two, one.
Hi, I'm Justin Schwartz. I'm 19 years old.
Hi, my name's Jason Dankner. I'm 19 years old.
Hi, I'm Jake Newman, and I'm 19.
Hi, my name's Alejandro, and I'm 19 years old.
How did you get started into gambling? Do you remember if it was some kind of progressive thing? Someone suggested that you should do sports betting. It was a poker game.
I mean, I did play pokers with my friends, once in a while, $15, $20 buy-in type of thing. In terms of sports betting, it kind of started. It was harmless. It was with a couple guys that I worked with, and they were betting on the UFC fights, and I was kind of interested in that. It's cool, and I kind of started understanding a little bit more about UFC during COVID. So I started betting on that. I put about $40 in my account, which lasted me 5 or 6 months because I was very cautious with the money I was playing with. I wasn't too aggressive, I'll say that. But yeah, that's kind of how it started. And then, I started playing with that, and betting on UFC started with, betting a little bit on hockey, a little bit on baseball, football, whatever it may be, the sports that I'm interested in. And from there, I've been putting, $10, $15 into my account once in a while just to add a little bit of excitement to the sport. But other than that, I mean, that's about how I started betting.
I've always watched sports, so I've been into that, and then I'd say around 17 I started gambling, and then when COVID hit, I got bored, so I'd watch some UFC fights, hockey games, football games, and to just get more into it, I'd put some money down, and then the amount of money slowly went up.
I got introduced by a friend who would gamble. He would start by playing blackjack online. That's how I started. I started playing blackjack online, and then and through this online website where I would play blackjack, I saw they have a second spot where you could, on the same website, where you could sports gamble, and that's how I got into sports gambling. And so now I sports gamble and I play blackjack online.
I want to make money. It also makes the games, personally I find it makes the games more intense when you're watching and you have money on it. And it's a good feeling winning. I like winning. Yes! 35-yard catch, Robbie Anderson. Let's go. It's like he got possessed and just threw it. Actually, bro, I don't know what the hell that was all about.
Thanks so much. St. Brown with 4 catches for Dan Campbell's team. Passing up the 4th and 2 before the half, and maybe with his receivers out, injured at the moment, decided on the field goal. After a 4-yard pickup, well protected. And the catch made.
He talked about the culture and the guys that he's brought, and they've done a really good job changing this defense. First quarter comes to an end here in Cincinnati.
Oh my god, man. Throw it to Thielen. It pisses me off.
Not having it?
I don't get why they don't. Let's see what other games are on. I can't watch this closely. Houston just got a touchdown. Appreciate Brandon Cooks. God, Conley, 37 yards. Everyone seems to be getting a touchdown besides. I need the Pats to win. Shit show.
What makes you continue gambling? What's that thing that pushes you?
The satisfaction of winning. Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
Ready now.
Okay, so I made 2 bets.
Yeah.
So my first one, I bet 15 just to make 15 profit. It was the Colts to win, they won. The Green Bay to win, they won, and the Rams to win. So I made 15 profit there. And then I bet 30 to make 150 profit. And it was Tampa Bay to win, they won. The Chiefs to win, the Rams to win, the Colts to win, the Bengals and the Packers, and they won.
So you got that 150?
Yeah, so 200 made today. And like just the fact that like you can make money off of it.
So you'd say there's a nice feeling to it, and also obviously the money side.
Yeah.
Yes, Jake!
Pick six! Go! Go!
Nice, Jake.
How's your way, baby? Look how Lamar's pissed.
Smiling.
Well, that was terrible. That was a terrible throw. That's our only starting
That's why he
linebacker in the
won't win.
game. You see, that's why we need starting linebacker. That was our only starter.
His or us.
It's fun.
What makes you want to continue gambling
What
or
makes
keeps
me-
you going?
Okay. It's the thrill. Nothing better than just sitting on your couch with few $100s at risk and just getting that moment, getting that feeling that you're so close, but then you're not close, and then you're so close again, and then you're not close, and then that's honestly just the right play. That's the right play right there.
He's about to get fucking rocked.
Oh my god, Pittman, 17-yard catch. Oh my god, this is such an easy play. Such an easy play. An out to 15. It's wide open, bro. What was that?
That was actually fun.
But why didn't he go to the guy on the inside? Wide open. Go for it, no?
They're gonna go.
That was a horrible throw. The thrill, nothing better.
What makes you continue gambling?
The rush, the adrenaline that you get, like that time when I almost won that $900, the first two bets hit, and then watching the last game, the excitement, the rush that I get, it's the adrenaline's insane, and it makes you want to continue. Fuck! No way he doesn't get that first down. Fuck, I need to stop here. Let's go! That's game. Let's go, bro. That's game. That covers a parlay. Let's fucking go. It's huge. You also, when you lose, you think, which is the way I think, it's if I lose playing blackjack, let's say, if I lose 4 hands in a row, I'm bound to win the 5th hand, but I try to remind myself that every single bet is a different bet, and it's 51% to 49%, and it doesn't change just because you lose 4 in a row.
What makes you continue gambling?
Good question. I think for me, from what I've realized throughout my time gambling is that I don't need to gamble. I don't really care to. It's just once in a while, for example, if there's a big UFC fight, or a couple nights ago, the big boxing fight. It's fun when you're with your buddies to throw, a few dollars on that, and kind of just gives you an added reason or another reason to cheer or to have fun with your friends. If you go out to the bar one night and have a couple beers and then cheer on for the fight, it's a ton of fun. Or you go to the pub and have a few wings. It's a great time. So I mean, I don't think that there's necessarily I need to put $20 down and make this $60 and then put that $40 profit into my account. I honestly couldn't care less for that money to go into my account. It's more the fact that there's some nights or some times where betting on the first game of the NHL season or the first game of the NBA season or NFL season, so on and so forth, that makes it just a little bit more fun, especially when you're with a group of buddies.
Do you believe gambling has any major impacts on people our age?
For sure, I think it has impacts on people our age.
Absolutely.
They can, but like well, you see it's like destroy some people's lives gambling.
Age. My friend comes to mind, like I mentioned earlier. He lost friendships over gambling, so it for sure has impacts on people our age. I do think, however, it has more impacts on older people because when they have a family, bills to pay, and they're gambling with money that they need that money to pay bills, and then they lose the money and they can't pay bills. So I do think it has a bigger impact on middle-aged people rather than kids our age because we don't have too much to worry about. But it for sure has an impact on people our age. Also, what I've noticed with myself is when I first started off, I started betting small amounts, and now I'm betting bigger amounts, and that's how I would say that the older you get, the more impact it has because the more you gamble, the bigger amounts you bet, and when you get to 40 years old, let's say you're going to be betting $2,000 on a hand, when now I'm betting $20 on a hand, but I used to start with only betting $5 on a hand. So I keep on bringing the numbers up, and the more I gamble, the higher the numbers get.
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's a problem. I think it's a huge problem. And like I mentioned before, I'm in a position where I'm happy that I was able to control it, and I don't feel necessarily the need to gamble 24/7 or on random soccer games that I don't care about, or just go to the casino and play slots. Like, I don't care for that. And I find the things that I bet on a lot are things that I'm interested in. But again, for what you're mentioning, I do think it's a huge problem because I think people are always trying to find ways to put money down, and they're looking for ways to make money. And a lot of the time, that's not the route that you should be taking. And I find a lot of the time when that happens and you end up losing money, then it starts to affect your behavior, and it starts to affect your mentality and your emotions, and that's when I think the problem starts. And then when it becomes a recurring thing, you just add on a greater problem.
And what do you think about gambling as a whole? The fact that there's the possibility of always losing a lot of money, keep getting into the addiction of it. What would you have to say about it?
It's fun for people like me who, you're young, you put down a bit of money to enjoy the sport. But it's a real menace to society because you have people of all ages putting down hundreds, thousands of dollars, and they just lose it, become depressed, get into other things. It's a problem.
So, what do you believe about gambling in general, especially with the fact that you can lose so much money and, like you said earlier, lose friendships and lose even more in the end?
I think gambling should be illegal. That's my opinion. Well, it is in certain sports. Gambling is illegal in certain states in America. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, for a good reason. I think it causes many problems, and there's more. How do you call it? There's not as many benefits as there are downfalls type of thing.
I think that there are definitely pros and cons of gambling, and we spoke about those. I just think that if you go about gambling, if I may say, smartly, meaning that you set limits, let's just say, as an example, okay, $100 a week. That's all I'm gonna gamble. If I lose it, I lose it. And then next week you could try again. But not, in a sense, what I do is don't chase losses. That's what I do. If I lose $150, I'm gonna go back in $150 and I'm gonna try to make my $150 back. So if you don't chase, because that's the way you get hooked and that's how you go down a slippery slope, I think it could be worth it, and there is some reward to it. There's like I said, an adrenaline rush, if you win a parlay, a feel good moment. So I do think the pros outweigh the cons. However, you need to gamble responsibly, and if you do that, I for sure think gambling's okay, and gambling's a good way to have fun.
The way I look at it is, they're allowed to do whatever they want. They can it's their personal decision. But I do advise to be careful. I do think that just like anything else, just like smoking cigarettes or getting addicted to anything else, it's very similar, and it's very hard to get out of that. It's very hard to tell yourself, I'm going to stop gambling. I'm going to stop playing poker. I'm going to stop sports betting. It's very difficult, especially when you've invested so much money and so much time. But but the way I do look at it is that, I mean, it is definitely, it's not easy to stop, but it is possible. And I think that, you know, I think the older you get and the more mature you become, yes, we've seen a lot of people that are reckless with their gambling and are willing to put money down if they're in a bad financial situation or really need the money. But the people that I know and the people that I've spoken to are more in a situation that it's not about them needing the money, it's more that they just want the money. And I think that's the huge differentiation. Because when you want the money, you don't necessarily need it, right? It's more just to get you going. But I think that there is a way to stop that mentality and stop the want as opposed to the need.